Good morning, all of you. Welcome back once again in online class. In the last two videos, we were talking about the question paper only. Today also we are going to discuss one more program which was asked in question paper. Question number 6. Program was like that, you have to bring all the zeros to the right hand side. Okay, so question was that first of all take the number from the user and check whether it is a duck number or not. Duck number means if any number containing 0 is called as a duck number. Okay, whether it is a single 0, double 0 or triple 0, no matter, but if it has 0, then we will say it is a duck number. Okay. So first of all we have to confirm whether it is duck number or not. If it is a duck number means 0 is there and we have to bring that 0 to the right side. For example 50010, it is a duck number. Okay, it is a duck number because it has 0. So if it is a duck number, then in the second part what we have to do, bring all the 0 to the right side. 51, we have to bring all 0 to the right side. This is the final output which we required. Okay, 50010, so I supposed to get 51 and then 30 to the right side if it is a duck number. So this was the program. Let us start how we will do this program. And for that, in order to do this question, for that we have a different functions. Read number, which will take the number from the user. Check duck, which will check whether it is a duck number or not. Then we have to make another function, shift. What this function is going to do, it will shift all the 0 of the number to the right side, but only if it is a duck number. Okay, and one more thing it was mentioned, by invoking function. Invoking means calling function check duck. Of course you have to do the shifting only by checking whether it is duck or not, and for that you have to call one function. What is the name of that function? Check duck. Okay, let us do this question. Class shift 0 int num. Only one instance variable has been given to us. Then we have to make our function void read number. So directly I am writing scanner and all those things you define by your own. Num sc dot next int. So you have made one function just to take input, Next function check duck we have to make. How will you check whether a number having 0 or not? Logic may can differ, but a simple concept, a simple logic I am telling you, you just do the multiplication of all the digits. Just do the multiplication of all the digits. Just multiply all these digits. Multiply all the digits. If a single 0 is there, so final result you will get 0. And if no 0 is there, so I will get some values. Very simple. Just multiply all the digits. So if any 0 is there, overall result we will get 0. So by that we can say that it is a duck number. So what logic I am going to use? Just take the multiplication. So what is the function name? Int check duck. Int any variable. In the question paper it has been mentioned only int. It shows that it is a parameterized function. Variable has not been given. So variable you can define it. Take one local variable p is equal to 1, initialize p equal to 1 and just take out the digits. While n greater than 0, d is equal to n mod 10, p equal to p into d and update the value. N is equal to n divided by 10, close the while loop. Take the multiplication of digits and be careful, p must be initialized by 1. Okay. Don't initialize it by 0. Otherwise, because of us, all the value will become 0. So be careful. P must be initialized by 1. Done. Multiplication done. So it has been said that return 1 when a number is duck. So after taking the multiplication of digits, here I am writing if p equal to 0. Then you have to say that return 1, else return 0. Return 1 in the question paper it has been mentioned. Return 1 when the number is duck, otherwise return 0. So I am checking whether p is 0. I will say return 1 means duck number, else not a duck number. And close this function. Close this function. So I have made one function which will tell me whether it is a duck number or not. Note down. And finally we have to make one more function that is called shift, which will shift the 0 to the right hand side. Now let us come to the most important function, shift. How we will shift 0 to the right side. So these are the basic things you should know. Very simple, unnecessary. No need to make program unnecessary complicated. How will you check a number is duck, whether 0 is there or not? Just do the multiplication of all the digits. If any 0 is there, overall result will become 0. Now I am going to make a next function, void shift. In this function, first of all I have to check whether a number is duck or not. So for that I will call the function check duck. So in the beginning itself only I will call this function check duck. To whom you want to check original number, sir? So where is that number in num? So I have to pass here num. In A, either you will receive 1 or 0. 1 means it is a duck number, 0 means not a duck number. Check the duck and pass this value num. Num is the variable where I have a original value. Now let me check. If A is equal to 1, if it is 1, it means that it is a duck number. And if it is a duck number, now bring all the 0 to the right hand side. Now in order to do this concept, what will be your plan? Now see. Suppose this is my number 50010. Do one thing. First of all, make a new number which will not contain any 0. Make a new number without 0. Means remove all the zeros and make a new number. Suppose 51. I have to make this number 51 without 0. Okay, now in 51, then I will do something. I will do something so that the 0 will come to the right side. Okay, are you getting or not? What we have to do is that it is a duck number. Okay, we have confirmed. Now make a new number. The number which does not contain any 0. 51. 51. Let us do this, then automatically you will understand what we need to do. So what I am going to do, I am going to make a new number without 0. While, where is that original number? In num. So you can use num, otherwise in order to take a precaution, store your num in a local variable, say int n, no problem. So while n greater than 0, d is equal to n mod 10, r is equal to r into 10 plus d, and n is equal to n divided by 10, and close this loop. So what will happen? Sorry, I have to check. If d equal to 0, if you have a digit 0, count it. I will tell you why we are counting the number of zeros. And if it is not 0, then store it. So what, in order to store all the digits, we have a logic. R equal to R into 10 plus D in else, and then update the value. N is equal to n divided by 10. Close the while loop. Okay, so C is also a local variable, so define here C equal to 0. So in C you are counting the number of zeros. In R, you are storing the digits which are not 0. Now see, when this statement executes, do you know what value you are going to get in R? I have a value 50010. In R, you are going to have 15. In R, you are going to have a 15. Because first time 1 will come out, it will get stored in R. 1 into 10, 10, next time it will come 5, so 10 plus 5, it will become 15. But I want 51 and you have 15. And if it is 0, then I am counting. So how many zeros are there? 3. The value of C will be 3. And here in R I will have 50. But I want 51. Be careful. This is one of the most important point to be noted down in this program. What I need to do? Sir, just reverse this number once again. Reverse. In the same function I am going to reverse the number. So after closing this while loop, make one more while loop. Here I am making. After this, while r greater than 0, b is equal to r mod 10, r1 is equal to r1 into 10 plus b, r equal to r divided by 10. Simple. Now this time in r1, I will have 51. I will have 51. Now very simple. What I am going to do now? After this loop, I will write r1 into math.path 10 comma c. What is the value of c here? 3. So what it will become? 10 raised to power 3 means 1000, and that 1000 value will get multiplied by r1. What is there in r1? 51. So overall it will become 51,000. 0 has been shifted to the right side.